Today, I'm gonna share 9 different techniques that you can use to feel more energy throughout the day, and they're not Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, then you want to subscribe and follow along. I release videos every single day that will help you be more motivated and get what you want out of life. So follow along. Let's get rolling though on these 9 different things that I've come up with as I've coached different executives and entrepreneurs and other high-performing people to really get the most out of their days and weeks. These are the common themes that I find that have really made a big difference. So let's just jump right into it. First tip is identify high value times of day, high energy times of day. So find the times in your day where you're at your best, where your mind works better, where it's easier to work. You just have a higher amount of energy. For me, that's in the morning. And I found this through I want to share with you. It's called a time inventory. So to do a time inventory, you will take a piece of paper and just write down what you do every single 15 minutes of the day. If you wake up at 5 a.m., then you'll say 5 a.m. and you start recording. And from 5 to 5:15, you just mark down what you did. So you'll write down what you do every single 15 minutes of the day, and from what you learn there, you're gonna see different times of day where you were just not as productive. You may even have forgotten to write down what you were doing for an extended period of time. So do the time inventory and then identify where your high value times of day are. All right, tip 2, now that you've identified your high energy times of day, I want you to identify all the different activities that you do and classify them as high or low energy or somewhere in the middle, right? So for me, I love meeting with people. I love having conversations. I love talking with people. It doesn't take much energy for me. So I can easily do those things in the afternoon. So when you're planning your day, think about those things. If you have meetings that you need to have or different one-on-ones or whatever, why put those, if they don't require energy for you, why put those right in the beginning of the day, right? So you can think about different activities and allocate things differently based on how much energy they take. Tip 3 is time blocking. So there are a few ways to do this. First off, we're gonna talk about time blocking and then batching, right? And they're different. Time blocking is just taking a chunk of time and dedicating that time to one certain thing. Batching, which is also really valuable, is taking a lot of different activities that you'll do throughout the day. For example, email is something that I time block, that I'll batch in a time block, right? I'll set aside 45 minutes a day. Here's a tip, this has been so helpful for me. I set aside 45 minutes every day to go through Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and E-Trade and my email, and I do it during that time of the day. I'll also check email near the end of the day to wrap up and make sure that I haven't missed anything, but I batch all those activities. So to time block, you'll take an hour to do a certain task, or you'll try to preserve and save chunks of time to really be able to focus on some of your priorities instead of being scattered throughout the day. All right, tip 4 is day blocking. If you have the flexibility, and most people can find it if they're creative, is block certain days for different activities. So for example, on Mondays, so 2 days a week, mine are Monday and Thursday, I will block out days as focus days. So I make it a point to not plan lunches with other people on those days. I make it a point to really not plan appointments if I don't need to on those days. And I try to keep them separated so I can focus more on higher value activities. And then Tuesday, so Monday is my focus day, Tuesday is more of a catch up, I have a certain word for it that I'm spacing now, but it's more of a catch-up day. It's a buffer day, right? That's where I'll plan lunches and do other things, but it's a buffer day. I'm not gonna be as stressed, you know, I'll be able to, not that I'm gonna go and just throw the day away from a productivity standpoint, but it doesn't have the same intensity and focus as the my intense focus day, right? So have themes for different days based on what makes sense for you. And I love, you'll talk to some people who just think that they can be on all the time, go, 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 go. And I just don't think it's possible. You need to plan. You only have so much energy, right? So you can maybe get a little more energy, but you can manage your energy better. And you can manage your energy through the week better. Several times I've worked so hard on Monday, so hard on Tuesday, and I get ready to work so hard on Wednesday and I just bonk, right? So that's why I try to pre-plan some of these intensity days and then plan buffer days in between to give me some of the rest that I need. All right, so tip 5 is create a weekly plan or weekly planning, but really just setting aside a time every single week where you take a step back. You're not doing anything during the planning period. You're not finishing any of your work, but you're taking the time to really just walk through the week and make sure that you're planning all your different priorities. I don't work from a to-do list. I work from a calendar, so the to-do list needs to be integrated into the calendar. So every week I take 2 hours, I have a 2-hour block. Even if it takes less time, I block out time to plan. I block out 2 hours, and that's where I really kind of just jump up into the command center and make sure that I am including in my week all those things that are important to me. Okay, step 6, and we're not gonna use the hands anymore. I guess I could. Step 6 is, or tip 6, is work from a plan. I like to tell people it's hard to wake up early when you don't have anything to wake up for. And that whole what to wake up for is your goals, right? I created another video called Hats where I lay out a goal setting formula where it's really important to define like your hope, what you're actually going to accomplish, what tactics you're going to use, and specifically how you're going to track those tactics. Have a plan to work from, and you'll feel so much more desire and energy as you work towards that. I've also created another video called the Values Alignment video and guide. If you sign up for my email, I actually share that, or for my list, I share that. And as you create a plan and goals that are aligned with your core values, you're gonna have much more energy and much more focus to go after them. All right, tip 7, and I really have loved this one for so long, is create a don't do list. What are the things during the day that you're not gonna do? A few examples. For me, I don't look at social media in the morning. And when I say that, when I do look at it, I'm like, Dale, you don't look at social media in the morning. You're totally breaking your rules, right? Like, So I don't look at social media in the morning. I don't look at Facebook on my phone. I don't look at emails throughout the day. I try not to consume at all in the morning. There's just these different things that if you have whatever things you have in your life that aren't moving you towards your goals, then maybe create a few more regulations around them and create a habit of avoidance. It's been a lot easier for me to be focused throughout the day because I've just batched all of my Facebook and LinkedIn and social media time in one go. And then I can say, hey, I'm gonna be distracted for the next half hour, but I just get it all out of the way instead of doing it throughout the day whenever I just don't wanna work on my goals. All right, so tip 8 is pre-plan your fun. I like to make sure that every single week I'm doing some sort of like longer workout that I enjoy, that I am doing some sort of fun activity, that I'm just doing things that are balanced that make my life fun. So every single day I try to have something like that. Today I went and played table tennis with my younger brother for an hour and a half in the morning. And then I was able to longboard my kids to school, right? Those types of things just make life fun for me. So have a list of, when you're doing your weekly plan, just have a list of hey, an exercise, some sort of fun activity, an adventure, whatever. Have a list of those things, then every week when you're planning, include some of those things into your day. It's gonna make it so much more fun. All right, and tip nine is, that's German too, stay flexible. So a lot of people plan and do all these things to optimize their week and whatever, and then they say, Dale, but what happens when your schedule just goes sideways? You say, your schedule just goes sideways. It's okay. It's all right, no problem. You just adjust. You might have to push things back. You may have to move from one item into the next week, but you have a plan that you're working from. So as you do all these different things, right? Identifying high energy times and using your time blocking, day blocking, as you do this, and you have a system for your productivity, you're gonna feel a lot more energy throughout your day, and you're gonna have a lot more peace of mind. So I'd love to hear what I missed, if there are different things that you do that you really feel give you energy and make you more productive through the day. Share in the comments, and otherwise, thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next video. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, do that too. Okay, thank you so much.